Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here with
Brad.
And the critters, who are now, I think, exhausted.
Charlie's behind the chair. Nixie's in front of the back door.
Yeah, they were exhausted. They've been outside with us. So anyway, it is March 30th, 2021. It is Tuesday afternoon at 4:17 p.m. And no, I didn't make a video last couple of days. Sorry about that. Just been busy adjusting to new schedules, medication, all that kind of fun stuff. Brad had a important phone call that he had with his brother and sister and his biological father, who he does not know. Just getting to know. And that's a story in itself that Brad will do in a separate video. Because I think it is something that a lot of people go through, and he's going to talk about that in a separate video. With just him talking about it and his feelings and all of that. I was fortunate enough to witness the whole event and be there in support. So anyway, that happened Sunday. And yesterday, Brad had a wound care appointment that I went to with him, and the nurse was a real cunt bag. Hey, I say how it is, man, and I'm not monetized right now, so I can just let it all hang out, and I try not to cut too much. Sorry for those that I may have offended, but she was. What the hell was that? Something fell, some box or something out there, or in the bedroom, I think, honey. Hope the cat's okay. Anyway, she's very rude, and she acted just so disgusted because Brad hadn't had his foot bandaged while I was in the hospital. And I am the one that would bandage it because Brad, with his severe back and hip problems, cannot bend over to do so. Plus, it's on the bottom of his toe. So, while I'm in the hospital, he kept it clean, but he was not able to bandage it like it was supposed to be bandaged. And she was not pleasant. Next time if we get her, I'm going to say something if she's that rude. I will say something to the doctor about her being that rude. I think she was very prejudiced against heavy people. Although she, had a few extra pounds on herself anyway. You meet those type of people. And assume that because we're overweight, we know nothing about diabetic health or anything. Well, my diabetes is in check, thank you very much. And Brad's taking essentially the same kind of medication, but his is not in check. And it's not that he is just like going overboard on carbs or anything. I mean, we all certainly have days where maybe we've eaten a few too many carbs, but then there's days that we don't end up eating enough. So anyway, more I think about that, why was she on your ass about not having called that clinic when your wife was in the hospital?
What clinic was I supposed
The diabetic clinic. There at Harvest.
Oh, yeah.
Why was she doing that?
And I tried to explain to them.
Well, she didn't want to hear.
Yeah, I tried to explain to them about us being jerked around with Harvest.
Well, she didn't want to hear any of that.
No.
So anyway, that's her problem. So his wound is looking good. It was hard watching the doctor carve the callus all around there because, it's kind of a deep wound. And then kind of basically making that entire wound bleed so it had good blood flow and everything, which he has really good blood flow. But it was hard watching somebody do that to your spouse. Even though Brad had no feeling on in his feet, it still was hard. I was turning my head away and stuff, and at one point in time, the nurse did ask me if I was okay. I don't know if I start turning a little green or whatever. But, yeah, we did that, and then, what did we do? But I need to go get some chew. Yes, he chews. Don't want to hear it. He's not hurting anybody else by it. So he put up with my smoking for umpteen thousand years. So I don't have a problem. In fact, I insist that he not quit if I home with him, okay? If I home with him, see, because I can't even talk now. But if I home with him, he can't quit. So, and then we got, like the Wendy's Big Eat bag. And we went to, it's called City Lake Park in Rocky Mount. A beautiful park around this man-made lake. But it's got geese and ducks and a lovely walking path all around it. Big canopy trees, which are all in bloom right now. Really beautiful. We sat there and ate lunch and stuff. Next time, I'm gonna work on walking more. So is Brad. And they have coin operated where you can buy duck food and geese food, and which is cool. So we are going to be working on that. We just ordered Brad his own rollator today, so I'll have mine and he'll have his. We're going to throw them both in the back of the Jeep, and we're just going to go for walks, and as far as we can walk. And the nice thing is, if I get winded, I can sit and I can rest. Brad gets winded, or maybe he needs to take a little break, he can do that. We can also use them when we're magnet fishing. Use them when we're going to numerous places. We can take our time and stuff. And see, I have no problem because, see, I walk a little faster than Brad, although he's starting to walk faster. I think I've noticed that. I don't know if it's that you ended up doing so much walking, going to and fro from the hospital, that you yesterday were walking quite a bit faster.
Oh, yes, and I never realized that.
See, and I have no problem waiting for him. I can't walk quite as slow with him because it does hurt my back. But if I have some place to sit. So the rollator is perfect for both of us. Mine is a plus size one, and he didn't really need a plus size one, so we ordered his own with the bigger wheels because, we use it also as a nice thing to use out in the yard. And it's nice. You can put a whole bunch of stuff on that seat and go wheeling around the yard. And then when you're doing stuff, you got a place to sit. So I'm excited about that, aren't you? We debated on it for a while, and Brad was like, well, I'll use the rollator. I'm like, well, I kind of like to use my rollator, and so like, we need to get you your own. So, yeah, we got that going. And what I want to do is go for walks, just start on the path and go as far as I can go comfortably, rest, and come back. And then I just want to start increasing it, and whether Brad is able to go further than me or not quite as far, or, one of the things that Brad also did order was he wanted a remote control off-road car. He likes doing that, like a lot of people. I didn't realize there were so many adults that love doing the remote control cars and trucks. Now, I myself would like to have a remote control boat. And so that's an idea for like Mother's Day or something, honey.
Okay, remember what I told you, though.
Well, yeah, but if I tie a string or something to it, honey. What?
Nothing.
What did you tell me about it?
I told you that if it dies out there on the water, then you're pretty much SOL.
I told you if I tie a string or fishing line to it, you had an idea about fishing line.
Yeah.
Then I could pull it back in. Ooh, put it on a reel. So I could reel it back in.
And hope the line
doesn't break. Well,
the line doesn't break, or actually, I was thinking more of getting hung up on the prop.
Oh, yeah. But, well.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Okay, why are you giving me such crap? Huh? Why? Why you gotta be a hater? Why? Huh? But, yeah, well, we came just into a little bit of money. I'm not gonna say why, but there's a little settlement thing. So, we were able to get a few extra things. We decided we might as well do that now. Like the Jeep's gonna get new shoes, new tires, uh, and somebody's dog's running out in that field. Somebody's white.
Oh, there's these houses on behind.
Oh, was that somebody?
Lady. Yeah, I've seen that dog over there in their yard quite a bit.
Okay, yeah, well, it ran back. Somebody must have called it. I was just worried. It almost looked like about size of Nixie, or maybe a little bit bigger.
I thought a little bit bigger.
Yeah, but anyway, so we were able to get a few extra things like the rollator and the RC car. I ordered, well, I already had ordered, is a picture of Brad and I at the beach when we first got in Florida. It's a diamond painting. You know how you can put your photo and then they'll do that? Well, and then I just ordered 3 more, which is one of Missy Mama, my dachshund that, passed away about a year and a half ago now. Yeah. And then one of my mother-in-law and one of Brad's grandmother, and do those in diamond painting. I'm really excited about doing those. Bigger one. I ordered a little bit of paint because Brad has cleared off and set up a table for me in the kitchen that'll work. And so I'm going to be doing some acrylic, doing some paintings. And so I wasn't sure where all of my canvases were and where all of my paint are. So one of you guys that gifted me, I think it was Shoshona, had some 2 sets of acrylic paint. They're specialty paint. And so I needed some basic acrylic paint to go with that, and then some canvases, so I got those coming. And I don't remember which one of you guys gifted us some solar lights for outside just recently, the real tall one. I just unboxed those and put those together. Oh, they're so pretty. They're going to be so pretty out there in that yard. We'll get stuff set up in the yard. What else? We got another ice maker coming, hopefully tomorrow. I know, we keep saying we're not going to buy one because they're about $100 a pop. But it's really a pain hauling that ice. And when it's hot out this summer, we're not going to want to mess with it. And usually I do a lot better job, and so does Brad, of filling up the ice. We have a container or a bowl in the freezer, which we haven't done because the freezer's been too full since we moved here. And I think that does not help attribute to the ice makers going out when they're running constant.
Yeah.
Usually we'll run them, and then we will fill up the container and be able to shut them off. And that works out best because we go through a lot of ice. We are some ice whores. Huh. I love to crunch on ice when it's about half melted in a drink. We like cold drinks. We go through, well, I wouldn't say we go through an exceptional amount. How many pounds was that bag?
10 pounds.
And when did we buy it?
Either Friday or Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was one of those days.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it lasted.
Well, and one of the things that we did is I noticed neither one of us used as much ice as normal.
Yeah, because we were buying it. And I didn't want to have to, today he went and bought ice. And I hate to have him have to go do that, but I was very poorly this morning. And I'm feeling a little bit better now. and you can't tell that I'm congested, but I am. And at first I thought maybe I needed to take a water pill. I'm still kind of debating on that. I ended up having to cancel my nephrologist appointment, and that lady was a real cunt. What is it with some of these medical professions? I mean, they tell you that if you have a fever, congestion, they don't want you in there. So we call this morning and we say, listen, I have an appointment at 3 o'clock. I'm really, really congested. Well, we're scheduling out into August now. I'm like, okay, well, I'll try to make it in. Well, then she says, well, if you have a fever and and I said, I'm very congested. I'm sure you can hear that. Oh, yep, we're going to cancel that. And it's like, so the nurse was supposed to call me to see what we're supposed to do because I just got out of the hospital and they haven't. But it's like, you're not God Almighty here, people. Without the patients, you're not going to have a paycheck. But, I mean, geez, what is it with some of these medical people that they can't ever smile or be pleasant?
Well,
I mean,
I'm sorry.
If you're going to be that miserable in a job, get the hell out.
Years and years and years ago, there were so many, especially doctors, that had the God complex.
Yeah.
That,
Well, they seem to around here, some of them.
Yeah, that because they had MD after their name, that they were know all, wise all.
Well, and I'm sorry, but if you're a specialist, you still seem to have that complex.
Yeah, but for the most part, say in the last 15 years, most of the doctors we have dealt with have been just absolutely wonderful.
Well, most of them, but some of them have been real.
Yeah.
Like my primary care doctor. Why did he go and tell me I had, like severe congestive heart failure? Make me feel like my life is over. And they're like, I asked the cardiologist straight out, do I have congestive heart failure? And she's like, technically, yes. She's like, not so much really where we can really pinpoint it, but, and I said, so basically because I have enough factors that would contribute to it, like my age, a former smoker, and my weight. Because I'm real blunt about that. But let's not sugarcoat it. I know that there's certain factors that don't help my health. Obviously, they're not where they concern me enough to change it right now. I'm just being blunt there, too. Been down that road, done that. Probably won't do it again. Have decided I'm not going to probably ever have weight loss surgery because I know too many people that have too many complications and things like permanent diarrhea and stomach problems and stuff. Not saying everybody, but just I don't think it's something for me. My husband likes me the way I am. Right?
Yep.
So anyway, and everybody's, is different. You gotta love each other for how you are.
Yep.
Not how you want us to be.
Yeah.
But anyway, and she's like, well, because let's be really blunt. I'm not on anything for congestive heart failure. I'm not on anything for kidney disease. I'm not taking any kind of prescription drug, for kidney disease at this point in time. And again, the same doctor, the primary care doctor, is telling me that my kidney function has gotten so much worse. He's making me think that I'm going to be having dialysis. Not the case. My numbers went right back to where they were in June. They weren't able to get records from my primary care doctor at all. The nephrologist's office wasn't. The cardiologist's office wasn't. They were able to get stuff from Capital Regional Medical right away within 12 hours and said she got a lot of information, my cardiologist did. She came up to the hospital to see me. Now, did my primary care doctor? No. No. I don't even have an appointment with him. I have one with somebody else in that clinic, which I hate. But maybe I'll like him better. Or her. I know this turned into a bit of a rant. Sorry, just venting. I hate dealing with this medical stuff. But I am not on anything for. They would like me to be on a a salt-free or lesser salt, and I am. I use that Morton light salt. It's half the amount of salt. I don't even have regular table salt anymore, but that's it, that's all there is just, you know, is, I'm not on anything. Will I have congestive heart failure in the future? Possibly. For all we know, maybe Brad has congestive heart failure. A lot of people do and live with it, and there's a lot of drugs and stuff that help, and lifestyle and dietary changes. I'm going to make the lifestyle changes. I do watch very closely what I eat. Brad will tell you that.
Yes, you do.
And I'm upping the exercise. I feel better. I don't know if you noticed I'm breathing better because I was walking outside in the yard doing a little bit of stuff. And just that little bit helped. Being out in the sunshine always helped my mood. Part of the reason I went outside. Had both dogs out there. They were loving it. Charlie was doing the Lion King stance on the top steps, and Nixie was laying out in the shade. Because, they go to the bathroom in the backyard. So we have them on a leash or lead in front. And I wasn't going to let him out with us. We were eating lunch out there. Brad went and got Chinese food from a local Chinese place here. And I decided, it was nice out. I was going to go outside and surprise Brad. And I think I did when you came pulling up. And I thought we could eat lunch out there. Thank you for the iced coffee, by the way.
No problem.
But then I thought, I wasn't going to bring the dogs out there because, they could be a handful. But then I thought, they aren't outside very much. Sorry, I got mastic on me still everywhere from the EKG tab. But I thought, they aren't outside very much and they never complain. But, as much as I'm loving being outside, they would too. And they were. They had a good time. So, they enjoy being out there. But, yeah, I just had enough medical for a little bit. I just need to get back to living life and, ordering an obscene amount of groceries tomorrow. Well, it's not really. The ice maker was $100. Then I did get, like I said, some canvases and some just basic acrylic paint because I'm just dying to do some artwork. And, then we had to get like the ham for Easter dinner and stuff, and, then that was the delivery tomorrow. And then we put in a Walmart.com order, and that's where the rollator and stuff's coming. And then we ordered some stuff from Amazon, the diamond painting, the pictures, and Brad's RC car, and a few other things. I don't remember, did we get the RC car from Walmart or from Amazon?
I was thinking it was from Amazon.
Okay. I got the canned dog food coming from Walmart.com because I like to, we like to have our groceries delivered because it's just much easier for us. So, I'm feeling pretty good. Still taking antibiotics, they will be for a while. I'm not sure what we should do about. The only thing I can think about the kidney doctor is go ahead and schedule for August.
Yeah.
And then the primary care doctors are going to have to keep doing UAs on me until then.
Yeah.
I don't understand why I need to see a nephrologist if I'm not having to be on medication yet. The only thing I can think of is to control the Lasix and stuff.
Yeah. Well, the thing I can't understand is they have a separate type of
Can I help you with anything over there? Okay, honey.
Just take my time. Walk by the cats giving me stink eye.
It just makes me nervous when you use just one cane. He's wearing, okay, you know how they give you the socks in the hospital? Well, they give me these socks, and they're like 3XL, which normally, it depends on who makes the socks, and how tight they are. Well, these are huge, and they don't have a cuff on them, so they work really great for Brad's feet because he's got that bandage, so he needs to wear something, but he needs to have something with grips, so this works out well. For that, because otherwise he kicks those band-aids off. Because especially on the left foot, which is where he has the sore, he drags that foot. You're doing pretty good too, walking in the house more with just one cane. We got him, it's almost like an octopus looking bottom on this cane. I'll show it to you when he gets sat down. We got it from Walmart because his other cane, now we recover canes. We just buy the decorative duct tape and then I do it.
You do such a phenomenal job.
Well, thank you. And then we bought a different foot that you just slip on, and it really makes a difference because on like the flooring like we have, it can be slick enough that he's lost his balance a few times. But this is really nice. It's not like your standard 4-point tip on a cane. I'll show you when he gets all nice and set down. Can you smell the chai?
I could.
Yeah. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, I stopped selling Scentsy because with my health problems and Brad's problems and stuff, I just couldn't really give it all my all. So I stopped selling it. But it was worth a try. Let me show you. It's got a little bit of stuff on it now, but we bought it from Walmart and it's got 6 points on it instead of just a standard 4. And it's very nice. It gives a little bit of give and take if you even have it at an angle. And then I just take your normal cane and you just buy decorative duct tape and then you just start taping. And yeah.
You do
And
the job you do on that is just absolutely incredible.
So,
because,
and it's nice because it also stands up then. So, so we had fun getting a little bit of extra stuff and researching out sheds because we're going to be buying probably go with a metal shed, and because Brett has a lot of we have a lot of gardening stuff and he's got tools and stuff. He's like, what are you looking for, sweetie?
For your necklace. I know I put it in here.
They made me take off my necklace in the hospital, and it's one that Brad had got me as a gift. And it said, I love you the most. And it was his birthstone and my birthstone, and now I can't find it. Are you sure you put it in the wallet?
Sure
You didn't put it in mine, did you?
I might have.
I don't know where mine even is. Oh, here's mine. We will look now. I hope you didn't, because, I always wear it. I'm never taking it off. I have a quarter. I'm never broke. And I do not have it, honey. Yeah, I don't have it. I have some fake eyelashes. Never, never leave home with. Wait. Ah, I do.
Oh, slept
That was not good. And I have the fake eyelashes. I wondered what happened to these. You know, I'll wear them, and sometimes I get tired of wearing them. Do you have your card still that has for your second dose?
Yeah.
Okay. We get me call tomorrow on that.
Okay.
That was not fun. But anyway, you know, it was nice to get a few little craft stuff. Brad's really been wanting for a long time. Another remote control car, and this one comes with an extra battery. But this is, I don't know if you guys can see it. Probably not, but the inscription around it reads, I love you the most, because we always kind of compete with each other. That's his birthstone and mine is a ruby. With each other on who could say it first. And lately he's been winning. There. No, I'm not naked. And yes, I know. I still haven't gotten my hair done. I'm not sure what to do. I know it's bad. Just don't look at it. I'm gonna maybe throw some red hair dye on the stripe. I'm gonna go back to red probably. I know I go back and forth on that. Oh darn! We never did your beard in red.
Oh, we did we?
And then I just cut him back into a goatee. He had a really bushy beard. And he wanted me to cut it way back and then just do a goatee and the mustache, and that's what I did today. I had bought a couple months ago a new set of clippers. And so he had a set and the dog had her own set, and they didn't have to share it anymore. He didn't want to really share with what had been on her rear end as I do the poopy trail. Or some groomers call the sanitary. Yeah. If I was going to do anything, I would be a dog. You know? But I'm not set up for it. You know. You could even do it out of your garage. But I wouldn't want to have to keep dogs in kennels. I don't like that idea. So, anyway, I probably would just do like one dog at a time. But I just do Brad instead. I'm teasing you.
No, you're not.
Are you going to cry now?
You're hurting my feelings.
Okay, good. Are you done?
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Bossy Pants.
Yeah.
He's been on a roll lately. He's been feeling his oats. I can tell when he starts feeling better if he gets bossier. Mm-hmm. I think he's getting excited.
About.
Well, because we're going to get shad. We're going to get tires on the Jeep and new windshield wipers. That's exciting. Because, you know, when it rains, it's just like, holy crap. But, you know, I'm about ready to just try to ride the hood of the Jeep and clear a path for you in the windshield. No? Why?
Because it's not right.
Brad laughs. We're kind of reminiscing. Remember when the kids were really young, I would like throw myself down a hill and tumble, or roll down the hill?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think he'd ever seen a grown woman just do that. I'd do silly stuff like that. Or I'd just start dancing in the store with the kids.
That was always fun.
Yeah. Or convince one of the children to ride the box down the stairs. The first trip was beautiful. Second trip, not so much. Or we used to get the kids on the trampoline. That is big trampoline in the backyard in Wyoming. And then we would wet socks that were rolled up in a ball in a pail and throw them at the kids. And they play dodgeball. Because when that would hit them, swing! They thought it was great too, though.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd come up with all kinds of games to play out. We'd go out to the lake a lot and go swimming.
Well,
You know, if the fish weren't biting, you know, we'd.
remember when we'd go to the grocery store, and you would always tell the girls to go up and kick Marvin.
And I didn't know that our youngest daughter would go up and kick this man as hard as she could in the legs.
Yeah, and then
He got where he'd run.
and then Deb, she was the GM manager. She was bent over, and you told one of the girls to go up and pinch her in the butt, and she did. And Deb came up ready for a fight.
Yeah, she did.
Oh Lord, yes.
Yeah. I'm amazed you want to go anywhere with me in public.
Oh, yeah. And well, and another thing is, you guys, we'd go into the store, especially around Christmas, and all of the stuffed animals, the talking stuffed animals and talking dolls.
Oh, I still love
You
doing
guys
that.
would go through and push each button that you
I
could.
love doing that. That's so much fun. And you usually get somebody who get kind of pissed about it. Oh yeah, go through and push every, you know, like the singing Santas or the dancing reindeer, and so you get them in a sequence, so they all. And it's really great if you get some that do different stuff or sing different stuff, because, and then you get the people that work there who do not think you are that great of a person because they've heard this same song now 2,000 times. How am I to know?
Yeah.
You know? Or our oldest daughter flattened the Easter Bunny one year.
Huh.
I did not put her up to this. We went up to the mall, you know, when your kids are small, to see the Easter Bunny. Well, our oldest daughter got a little too excited, and she ran about 5 or 6, and she runs like a full tackle to the Easter Bunny and flatten the Easter Bunny. So then the Easter Bunny is acting like scared of our daughter, and that made her cry. And
Made the Easter Bunny cry.
oh, I don't know about that. It's kind of hard to tell, you know. But if you're a kid listening, no, the Easter Bunny's fine. You know, he recovered well enough to do what Easter bunnies do. Talk while I take too.
Talk about, oh, sorry. I didn't, but you know, there was a lot of things we used to do. I remember that when the girls were, fifth, sixth, seventh grade, you know, all the kids in the neighborhood out there would love to come over to our place. And,
First of all, I'm a cookie maker,
yep,
and they love my cookies.
yep. And
They love me.
we would end up playing, I know several times we played like football in the backyard. And one kid, a few years later, that's all he could remember was me using his face as a plow to.
That was still the funniest thing ever.
You know, because I
He smarted off to Brad about something about Brad couldn't do. Brad reached down and
I grabbed him by the ankles and I drug him across the grass face down.
yeah, it was funny. You know, Crystal. It was Crystal's friend. I think his name was John.
It was.
And she just shrieking, Dad! Dad!
Yep.
Of course, then all the neighborhood boys were afraid of Brad because, you know, he had a reputation by then. And
yeah. Well, and I remember you got me that air compressor that one year for.
oh my Lord!
Yes. I don't know
Yes.
if it was my birthday or for Christmas or what it was, but every time I get out the air compressor, all the neighbor kids.
Oh yeah.
Would
Oh
come
yeah.
over and they'd be lined up like.
Yep, with their bikes.
You know,
Then they got where they just knock on the door and want to know if Brad could come out. And I wondered there for a while they wanted him to come out and play or what. No, they knew that Brad would take the time to help them with their bikes. Brad's always been really good about that, and you know, and they loved it, and he didn't mind it at all. He enjoyed it.
No.
But yeah, But there for a while, I kind of wanted just like, well, the kids went here to come out and play or what? You know, I mean, but no. And like I said, you get one of them over there, the garage door would open up. Brad'd be there with his air compressor and his nozzle ready. And pretty soon, like you said, there'd be half the neighborhood all lined up with their bike. And then they figured out if he could do that, he could probably tighten bolts and everything else and adjust seats and you know, he never minded that at all. He enjoyed doing that.
Yep.
You know, that's basically Eric. He sadly years later he committed suicide. And he used to be my favorite nephew's best friend, and he lived right across the street. And my nephew lived like next block over from us, and he would always stop over occasionally, just talk to me. He wouldn't come over and want Brad to help fix his bike and stuff. He was a neat kid. He used to scare the death out of me because they used to have trampoline, and he was the youngest out of 4, I think. And he would do flips and everything else. I just couldn't even watch him. Couldn't even watch him. Nope. For a long time, we had a waiver that all the neighborhood kids had to sign to come over to jump on a trampoline. You know, right, hon?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I just thought we'd reminisce a little bit. I've been thinking a lot about how much fun it used to be to color Easter eggs with all the kids and the grandkids and the nieces and nephews and, you know, Brad really got into that. Brad always did mainly I would sit there, but you mainly were in charge of dyeing eggs.
Yeah.
I was mainly the one that masterminded the pumpkins, but he was the one that masterminded the egg dyeing.
But, you know, there was so much of the stuff that when I was a kid that it was either too regimented
Right.
or, you know, it was just, there was no fun in it.
Right.
And, you know, so it's neat to have, you know, have some fun while you're doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Those pictures of our nephew Sean when he was like 2 or 3 years old, and I mean, he was covered from head to toe in different shades.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think he tried to dye his belly and everything else, you know, and like I said, years and years that the grandkids would come over and we'd all do the egg dyeing and stuff, and that was lots of fun. And I hope they have good memories of that because
me too.
I know we do. So, you know. Anyway, got anything else you want to talk about on this one?
Covered it all.
Okay, so, do you want to do yours next? Okay. Do you want just to take it over there, or do you want me to turn this around, or?
Could we put it on this other?
Yeah, we do it on that. Okay.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm going to conclude this, and then Brad's going to do his separate video on talking with what we affectionately call senior. So, love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship so very much. And I'm hoping that you're having a great week so far, and we will talk to you in a little bit. Say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.